All right, y'all. I hope you'll forgive the early end to that warm up because we're about to get going here. Here we go. Let me get rid of this thing that's making noise. All right. Hi, welcome. My name is Adrian Santiago. This is Books by Adrian. This is the Books by Adrian YouTube channel. It is part of the Books by Adrian online author platform. Please leave a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. If you're new to me, I am a sci-fi and fantasy author. My sci-fi fantasy series is called Mythic, and the first novel in that series is a crime thriller set in that world called Shadow of the Spark. It kicks off the series, and it only gets weirder from here. I am currently writing book 2, Mythic: The Face of Gaia. And like I said, it's only going to get weirder. If you guys are at all interested, check out booksbyadrian.com. You can sign up for the newsletter there. That'll get you a free short story, which acts as the prologue to this novel. So if you enjoy the free short story, then you'll know that you'll most likely enjoy the novel. So go check that out. We are doing some writing sprints today. We're going to do it Pomodoro style. So it's going to be a very productive day once we get started in a minute here. Now, if you need to contact me for any reason, booksbyadrian@gmail.com is the way to go about that. All right, there is a comment in the chat that says, right, prompt me in the chat to roll the writing dice and get your exclusive writing prompt live on stream. And the mighty and powerful Devin has been the first in line. So we are going to demonstrate with Devin today. I have here some writing dice. I have separated them into two piles so that they'll actually roll. And allow me to make a little space for myself here. We're going to roll the dice for Devin. So here's how it works. The writing dice comes in different colors. There are 4 green and then 1 each of the rest of these colors. The green gives you different character dimensions in order to create a unique character for your prompt. The white dice die, the white die tells you the point of view that you are writing in. The orange colored die tells you the conflict of your story. The yellow tells you the time that your story takes place in. The kind of pinkish, the pale pink gives you the setting, the place that your story takes place in. And the blue die tells you the themes that your story is going to be covering. You are the first guinea pig. And the idea here is that each and every person who wants a unique writing prompt will get a unique writing prompt. We don't all have to be writing the same piece of flash fiction or whatever. I know that we're all usually working on our own projects, but sometimes we just want to work on a little piece of something new, just something fun. And that's what this is. So here we go. All right. Devin, shout it in the chat. What do you want first, your character traits or everything else? I rolled it. I'm just organizing them so they are pointing towards me where I can read them. And I will hold them up for you as we read them. I'm organizing them by color here so we can get it right. All right. Everything else first. Okay. Your point of view is the point of view of an omniscient outsider. So I believe that would be your omniscient narrator type deal. The conflict of your story is whoever you're writing about versus nature. Versus nature is the conflict of the story. The theme that you will be exploring is justice. Your main character is Batman. All right. We did the conflict. The time that your story takes place in, medieval history. God damn it. Why don't I know how this works? Medieval history is the time of your story, and a rural setting for your place. All right. And I still have them facing up at me so we can write all these down for you if you need to. I can go over those again. If you missed anything, you can also rewind the stream and take a look at what I held up. And then lastly, your character. Your character is a woman. Sorry. God damn it. Your character is a woman. Your character is very curious. I'll go back to that one in a second for you, Devin. Your character is curious. She's a woman. She is insecure. And this is, for some reason, every time I've rolled these, this one has come up. She is an immigrant of some sort. In medieval history, she immigrated from another one. All right. The second one was the conflict of your story, and that was this woman versus nature. So your female character is an immigrant in medieval history. She's insecure and curious. She is up against nature. She is in a rural setting. The theme of your story is justice. Good luck. I don't know how you're going to do this one. This is bananas. All right. I'm going to leave that where it is for now until the next person wants one. Cool Gamer. What's up, dude? Hello. We are doing sprints and writing prompts today. Yay. Now, I myself have a lot to work on my novel today, so that's what I'm going to be doing during the sprints. But these prompts are available to you guys upon demand anytime you want. Let me know. Devin, I'm going to be starting sprints soon. You can drop it in the Discord if you like. You can hang on to it and turn it into a full series. I don't care what you do with it. You can do whatever you want. You can email it to me and I can share it on the chat. Whatever you want to do. It's up to you. This is for you. This is for you. All right. Cool. Have fun. Let me know how it goes. Show me the finished product. You act like I have a plan. I don't have a plan for anything. I just rolled dice. Let's get going. All right. Here we go. I am going to remind everybody to like and subscribe, but also I am going to share here the sprint timer. Yep. Okay, good. Add to the stage. All right. We are going to... How do we want this? We want it... Yeah, that's good. That's good. Can this go away? I'm sure it'll be back. All right, y'all. We're going to write for 25 minutes, and then we will take a 5-minute break, as is the Pomodoro style. We will do this 3 times. And if I have not killed myself after that, we will take a long break, and then we will do it again. At least that's the plan. We'll see how this goes. All right, y'all. Happy writing. Do the thing. Is it working? Yeah. Okay. Happy writing. I didn't know there was an alarm. Right on. All right, we're on a short break for 5 minutes. Ginny, hello, good morning. Good morning. Please do let me know if you would like a roll of the writing dice for your very own writing prompt, if you want. How did my writing people do? I admittedly did not get much writing done, but it's because I'm working on, in this zero draft, I'm working on what will someday be chapter 7. And in it, I am introducing a new main character, and well, two main characters are being introduced in this chapter, and they are very, very complicated characters to get right because they are essentially the villains of this book, but they're point of view characters who are trying to get shit done. And so I need to keep them from being the mustache twirling, villains. They need to be more layered and way more complex and hopefully relatable. But it's hard when you look the way they look. So it's an interesting challenge. And the reason that I kind of like hit a wall was because I was supposed to introduce these two characters here, and I completely blanked on what I had decided the second character's name was. And I started looking through my notes, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but I went through notebook after notebook after notebook after notebook looking for this goddamn name, knowing that I wrote it somewhere. And of course, it's in the last notebook that I look in, which for some reason, it should have been the first one. I thought I had looked in it and couldn't find it. I don't know. I just I'm having an off morning or something, but I found it, and so yeah, the next sprint I'm going to do much better. Catching up on YouTube videos this morning, not editing it until this afternoon. Well, happy YouTubing. That sounds like fun. Nothing wrong with that. A little self-care, catch up stuff, good stuff. I did come across something very interesting that I had planned for books 2 and on, because that's when we're going to spend some time on Gaia in my story and on the planet. And part of it is, there's a lot of finish the prompt already. Sent you a friend request on Discord. Cool. Let me open that sucker up. And oh yeah, I see a little red one. Yeah, there you are. Friendship accepted. All right. Hi, friend. Welcome. All right. Cool. So hopefully we'll see those results very soon. So yeah, there's a lot of elemental magic in fantasy these days, and I have elements of elemental magic in my fantasy story. It's a little different than just plain elemental magic, but I wanted to have something on the cultural side of things for these characters. Like, it needed to be a part of who they are as a people. And I found some notes that kind of unlocked that for me while I was looking for that name. So it all works out, I guess. It's the idea of the elements being God. God is water. God is air. God is fire. And ideally, when we say Gaia, we're talking about Earth. And if we're talking about Earth as another element, that's another deity. And so it's that's going to be really fun to play with, like incorporating that into like the religions, so to speak, or the magic systems. Because like that's something that I think about more and more is like, is fire alive? It breathes air, it consumes, it leaves waste, you know, it can reproduce, like it has characteristics of a living thing, but it's not an organism. I don't know. Time's up. All right, y'all, let's get back to work. Another 25er. This is round two. Let's get it. All right, y'all. That is sprint number 2 down and done. We're on a 5-minute break. Okay. Progress. As you can see, scrolling at the bottom of your screen, I have written 424 of my gold 1486 words. So I still have a ways to go, but I'm writing now, so that's good. I'm not looking through notebooks for stuff. As far as in the zero draft, I wrote a chapter. And on the next sprint, we'll be starting a new chapter. So that's fun. How did you guys do? Let me know. I decided to watch some YouTube videos to spruce up my live streams. Very nice. You bring up a great topic because I am looking for suggestions on how to improve the channel, how to sort of breathe new life into it. Forgive my camera. I am moving away from the interviewing other people's thing that I became sort of known in my little circle here for. It was a lot of fun and I love doing it. I love learning from people, but initially I started doing that because I was unpublished, I was unknown, I was still learning, and therefore I didn't feel like I had anything to contribute to the how-to side of AuthorTube, you know? Now that I am published and I do consider myself a professional independent author and I'm working on my second book, I still don't want to be a how-to channel, but I no longer need to be anything else other than my own channel. Like, I don't need to interview other people. I need to create a place to showcase my own work and to talk about my books and my characters and my series and all that kind of stuff. So any ideas, any suggestions on what kind of videos you would like to see, what kind of live streams you would like to see? I plan on doing writing sprints and things like this occasionally. They'll usually be like today, in a situation where I happen to have the house to myself all day. So I'm going to do some sprints. Today is a terrible day to do sprints. It's Easter. Everybody's with family. They're doing Easter stuff. There's not a lot of people doing sprints, but this is the time that I have available. So now's when I'm going to do them. So video wise, I was, I want to create like some bingeable series of videos, like a couple of videos covering the same topic that you can watch back to back to back. That's pretty cool. I want to do stuff like that. I want to sort of find my style. I want to I don't know. I want to figure out what my channel is going to be compared to everybody else. There's the classic stuff that you can do, the lists and the tags and all that kind of stuff, and I'll probably do some of that stuff. But I want to get a little weird. I want to get a little experimental. I want to, infuse more of me and my writing into this channel. So I'm probably going to do some read throughs, some like audiobook style, readings of a a scene or a chapter, and maybe even like do some animation stuff with it to create a video. That's the kind of project that would take a while to do and to do right. So I'm not going to lead with that. It's not going to be the first thing out the gate, but we're gonna try some stuff. So any suggestions, please just leave them wherever. Love writing sprints, but I am always curious about how other writers structure their time, works, space, and writing inspiration. Right on. Yeah, I should do some videos on that kind of stuff. I would love to. Structuring my time is always an interesting challenge. So it's one of those things where I have to be very organized but I also need to be very flexible. Um, it's a good topic. Thank you. I'm gonna do stuff with that. I also thought of the inspirations thing, writing inspirations, things that inspired my novel. Like do videos on those things. And I can probably make that last for a while. Like do a video on a movie that really influenced my style. Do a video on a novel that really influenced my style, etc., etc. I'm definitely doing stuff like that. I'm leaning my channel toward more reading. I also want to share my office updates. But damn, do I hate editing videos. Yeah, editing videos sucks. Um, the workaround that I think I'm going to play with is StreamYard lets you record. Obviously, you can record. You don't have to stream. You can just use it to record stuff, and you have all of these tools at your disposal that would cut down on editing later. If you record it here and you already have your animations and you already have your tags, you don't need to like spend a whole day like adding all that stuff in later. That would be very helpful. And then all you got to do is cut out the dead air, and so that's probably what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to because I pay for StreamYard anyway, to have all these bells and whistles. So I'm probably going to use that to make making videos a little easier, right? Okay. We went over the 5 minute break. Let's do this. We are going into the third sprint. So let me write that out here because I haven't done that yet. Third sprint. This is the this being the third 25-minute sprint. After this, we have a 15-minute break, which will be nice. All right, y'all. Let's get it. All right, y'all. That is our third sprint down. We are on our long break. Cool, cool. Yeah, I love Saga. Oh, unless you're talking about The Last Ronin, which I have not read yet, but I look forward to. Okay. For I'm going to say Habiba. All right, for Habiba, let's roll the writing dice. First, we roll those. Then we drop one. Okay. Try picking it up with your feet. Fail. All right. So, Miss Habiba, I have rolled the writing dice for you. Oh, let's do this so you can actually see what I'm doing. Boom. All right, writing dice. Here we go. I rolled it for you. These are the categories since I know you just came in. The green dice are going to tell us your character dimensions. The yellow die is time, the pink is place, the blue is theme, the orange is conflict, the white is the point of view. You will take these details and craft your own story. First up, your character. Ooh, there's a lot going on here. Okay. Your character is uneducated. Take that to mean what you will. Your character is uneducated. Your character is non binary. You are writing about a non binary character who unfortunately is uneducated, but very prudent. Your character might be uneducated, but they are a prudent individual. However, they do struggle with insecurities. Those are the four details of your main character: an uneducated, non binary person who exhibits characteristics of prudence and insecurity. Now, the theme of your story is hope. Sorry about the focus. Hope. The conflict in your story is versus society. So your non binary character is up against society. I can already see where that's going. The point of view, however, is that of the antagonist of the story. So it almost sounds like the villain of the story is telling the story of this non-binary character. I think that's what it means. Your setting is at some point in ancient history. All right? It is very vague. You can come up with any era of ancient history that you like. And what is the pink again? Where's my thing? So the pink is the place, the setting. The setting is, that's interesting. This came up the last time too, but all right. The setting is dystopian. Dystopian. So there has to be a great suffering of some kind. So, at some point in ancient history, there is a great suffering. The story is being told by the antagonist. The theme of the story is hope. Your character is up against society, and your character is an uneducated, non binary, prudent person with insecurities. If you need any of that repeated, please let me know, Habiba. All right. Now, Devin. All right. Oh, by the way, my word count is up to 751 now, a little less than I wanted to get done in that sprint, but still halfway to my goal for the day, which is nice. Who needs AI when you have prompt dice, right? It's better because you still have to write it. Like, AI is not going to write it for you. Okay. Now, I want to. Oh, that's where all that was. Huh, I'm a dum dum. All right. I'm going to open up a new thing here. All right. I'm going to share my writing program screen here. Share this tab instead. All right. The timer is still going. I'm keeping an eye on it. I will bring it back to the screen. This is Dabble. DabbleWriter.com is the website. There is a free what's it called? A free sample version, right? Free trial version. uh, I do pay the monthly subscription because I really love this program. It is specifically for writing novels. That's the whole point, and it was created with two things in mind. Number one being NaNoWriMo, and number two being the plot grid. And I will show you what all of that means. But if you open up a brand new project, this is a completely blank project that I just created here, and I'm going to make the screen bigger. Where's the one I'm looking for? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Bingo. Okay. On the left side here, and on the left side here, you have your navigation stuff. On the right side here, you have your tools. Being NaNoWriMo, you can go in here into your settings. You can set a project goal. This is a novel, and it's going to be 50,000 words. And it's going to take me the month of April to write it. So from April 1st, choose deadline. April 30th is the deadline, save changes. Now it tells me right up here what my daily goal is for reaching that 50,000 words or whatever word count you set by the date that you set it. So every day that will go up or down based on how much you're writing. It tells you how many days are left in your project, how many words you have written, how many you have remaining to write, and what your project goal is overall. It also shows you here a nice little graph as you go through your month of your progress. More progressive days, less so. You have a built-in timer here for sprinting. You can I don't know why it's not showing on the screen, but there's a drop down menu and it has a timer, 20 minutes. It's a 20-minute timer. You can do your writing. And then it has an alarm. You can, do a break timer. And it, of course, measures your word count. So it works with that. Now you have the novel right here. You can start writing it right there and just go. Just start writing, right? You can change the chapter title to something else. And it still lets you know what chapter it is right up here. You can turn it into a prologue, whatever you need to do. And then as you're writing, you want to eliminate distractions, you can just go into focus mode. And focus mode eliminates everything that is not your writing screen. And you can write uninterrupted. But then having it open has different advantages as well, because over here, if you go into the plot grid, this explains here what the plot grid is. It's based off of what J.K. Rowling did when she was writing the Harry Potter books. You have your scenes here, and you can have as many scenes as you want. You can have here a Harry scene, and then you can have here Hermione scene, and then obviously a Ron scene, and you can write in here what happens in the scene, right? You write your notes here, you can form it, but then you also have plot lines, right? So you have the plot line of Voldemort. I forget how you spell Voldemort, but you can write the details here that he tried to kill Harry, right? And the details of that, and you have that there. But there's also the plot line of Harry's parents. Okay, and in this same scene, you might put in there that Voldemort killed his parents. Okay, now and then the details. And you can continue doing this, and you have scene notes here, or rather plot points here. These are all plot points. These are scenes here. And then when you go back to your manuscript, right, and you're writing in your manuscript and you look in your notes, you have your scene note right there. And if you go to the next scene, you have your scene notes, your plot point notes right there. So as you're writing, if you forget what you wanted to include in this chapter, boom, it's right there. You don't even have to leave the screen. You have it. You go back, you're back in it. You're not looking for, it's all right there in the scene. You can also create characters, main characters, supporting characters, create their profiles, have some world building story notes, whatever you need. And the best part is that whether you're doing scene notes, um, like so, or you're doing the plot grid like so, no matter what, they all connect to the scenes that you are writing in the manuscript itself. And therefore, wherever you go, those notes are right where you need them. And I think that's fantastic. And the best part is that since all of this is designed specifically for writing novels, when I'm done writing a novel in this program, it exports it into a manuscript format. It is already pre-formatted for creating novels. If you can create a Word document out of it and it's already perfectly formatted for novels, you can create a PDF, whatever, an EPUB, whatever you need, and you can then upload that to wherever you're going to publish from, and you can still format it further if you like. You can still do things to it, but the whole point is that this thing just does it for you. And you have a one-stop shop for all your writing needs, and when you're done writing, it spits out a manuscript and it's perfect. So that's what I do. That is so cool. I like the layout better than Campfire, but it looks like they have most of the same features. Yeah, the Scrivener, Campfire, Dabble, they all have very similar features, very close things. I think the reason that I like Dabble, number one, is the look. It looks very much like almost like an Apple app, right? Like an Apple product. It's very simple, very intuitive. I don't need to read a manual to figure out how to use it like Scrivener. I don't have to explore it for months on end like Campfire. In the few seconds that I showed you how it works, like that's most of it. Like there's stats, and there's and there's timers, and there's comments, and there's all kinds of little thingies here and there, but ultimately it's very simple and easy to use, and I really love that. That's what it's all about. So I'm going to now delete this thing because it's not real. Send to trash. Yes. And that's done. All right. And just in time for our timer. It's almost over. Is what is PWA? I'm not familiar with that abbreviation, that acronym. What does it mean? Explain yourself. What is PWA? Bum, 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 bum. Pro Writing Aid. Um, I don't know. One second. Pro Writing Aid is a writing tool. Best online writing tool. I'm not familiar with Pro Writing Aid. I've heard that name before. I'm sure I've seen an ad or something. And now that I have said the words out loud, I'm sure that YouTube and TikTok and Facebook will show me lots of Pro Writing Aid ads, and I will become very familiar with it over the course of the next couple of days. But I don't know what that is right now, so I'm gonna explore that later. Our break is up. It's like Grammarly, but better and cheaper. Oh, okay, cool. Because I use Grammarly. And I would love to stop using Grammarly and use something cheaper and better. That sounds great. So I'm going to check that out. Cheaper is nice. Yes, cheaper is nice, especially if it works just as good or better, because Grammarly works pretty well. People talk shit, but it's not bad. Pro Writing Aid. Okay. I do know that Grammarly is a little problematic with Dabble. I will say that. Like, it's not perfect. It works, but it's glitchy. It's glitchy. So that's a good question. I don't know how Pro Writing Aid would work with Dabble. I can say that Grammarly is not great with it, so I don't know. If Pro Writing Aid is better, then hopefully it would work better with it, but I'm not sure. You can use Dabble through their website. You don't have to download their app. What I just showed you was the app, um, which I have on my computer itself. It's not great for mobile, because there's a lot of like drag and drop involved um, in the plot grid and the scenes and all that. Like you drag and drop and stuff a lot. I didn't show you that, but you can move the scenes around and they'll move in the manuscript as well. It stays connected. It's very, very versatile and useful. But yeah, I don't know. I'll ask around and see if anybody knows how Pro Writing Aid is with Dabble. It's a good question. All right. Gotcha. Way better in Word. Gotcha. Okay. All right. I'm gonna check these out. All right, y'all. I have been streaming for 2 hours, so I think I'm gonna call it a day. I was gonna do a whole other sprint, but honestly, I think that's good. Um, I am going to keep writing throughout the day. Uh, I want to hit my 1,400 word goal for the day. But I think that's going to wrap up the sprint for me. Offline is a must for me and my shoddy internet. Yeah, it works. It works offline. Having the app um, is ideal because you can just work it offline, and then next time you connect, it'll sync up. It'll. Uh, but it's nice because if you're not at home and you have access to a random computer, you can log into Dabble through the website and work through it through the website, and it looks exactly the same and works exactly the same. Um, and and if not, you can pull out your phone and use it offline, and whatever, you can do both. Yeah, but it's nice. All right, guys. This was a hoot. Shay, just in time for the goodbyes. How you doing, Shay? I feel like I haven't seen you in a very long time. I hope you're well. Um, I hope you're well. If you have any questions, Devin, about Dabble or anything like that, let me know. We can talk off screen. Um, there's plenty that you can do. I wrote Shadow of the Spark on Dabble, so yeah, it works. Cool. All right, y'all. Thank you. This has been great. I've had a great time. I got some work done, which is wonderful. And now I'm going to go sit in my hammock and read a little bit, recharge my creative batteries, refill my creative well, as they say. No worries. I'll try to catch the next one. It has been a while. It has indeed. Speaking of the next one, next week will be the penultimate episode of The Writer's Den. We're going to be interviewing an author who writes ghost stories and mysteries and stuff like that. It's going to be fun. So that's 2 p.m. Eastern next Sunday. And then the Sunday after that is our finale. And that is the end of The Writer's Den for a while, at least for a long while. probably indefinitely, but we'll see. Thanks for sprinting today. Thank you for sprinting with me. Thank you for taking part in my silly writing prompt thing. I just think it's fun. It was a Christmas present for my sister, who edited Shadow of the Spark. So, that's fun. It's a nice little connection. Thanks again, everybody. Write on Writers, and happy Easter if that's your thing. Go buy my book, Mythic, Shadow of the Spark. The ebook is $2.99. It's super cheap. It's a big book, 150,000 words, and 457 pages or something like that. It's a chunky monkey. It's a chunky guy. You can see it. It's right there. It's a beautiful book. I'll show you. It's got an excellent cover. Go check it out. This is our main character, Migdalia Vanderzee. This is the hippie witch character who is more than she seems. Her name is Faye. And this is our bounty hunter character who is on a quest for redemption. His name is Lear. And they are trying to solve the mystery of the Shadow of the Spark and his many missing victims. Trying to stop him before he can kill again. Go read it. It's a fun read. All right, y'all. Happy Easter. Laters.